Hello, 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 and welcome to this week's brand new episode of the Being Podcast, a safe space that I've created for us to come and discuss, encourage, inspire all the things one another, and for us to individually take a look at and tweak if we need to the ways in which we believe, engage, innovate, navigate, and gain in every area of our lives. I am your host. I am your girl, Jada. Welcome, new and old. I promise you this week is going to be super short. So we're going to get up in here and get it done. But first of all, just a quick, you know, just observation. I hope that you had a wonderful Thanksgiving if you celebrated. A lot of us are learning how to deal with holidays and new traditions with having loved ones no longer here with us. So I hope that, you were able to keep some of us in mind while you spent the much needed time with your family, whether you're born into it or the one that you created, and that you were just able to eat good food, fellowship, love on one another, all the things. Okay. So, with that, let's jump into this episode. So, if you're new, welcome, and understand that I am a numbers girl. I just love math because I feel like if you have the right numbers and the right formula, you're going to get the right answer. Now, I love English. I love talking. I love all of that, but that's a little bit more, subjective to whoever is listening, right? But if the math is mathing, then the math has to make sense and the answer should come out. So, anyway, I am a numbers girl. So, getting ready for this episode, I was like, how many days do we have left? People start counting down, right? How many days do we have left till the end of the year? And if you are catching this on the day that I'm releasing it, which is the 29th of November, every Wednesday, new episodes coming your way. And so whether you're watching me on the YouTube channel or if I'm up in your ear, either way, if you're listening today, we have 32 days left until the end of the year. So you're like, Jada, so what? So here's the so what. I have a little note, a little sticky note. So I was like, what is the significance of the number 32? And what I found out is that it is considered a partnership and harmony between people, right? So for some reason, 32 is supposed to be, this harmony between people or within oneself. It also is a number that brings balance, which we know your girl here loves balance, right? And I understand we can't do everything all at the same time, but I believe we can be where our feet are. Meaning that if you're a busy mama like me, when we're with our kids, let's be with our kids. If we're with our spouse, let's be with our spouse. If we're with our friends, you get the idea, right? Being where our feet are. And so balance comes from, you know what? I'm going to make sure I make time for my loved ones. I'm going to make sure I make time for my friends. And most importantly, I'm going to make sure I make time for myself, right? Because we are important. So, balance. I love that it brings balance. And then it also talked about higher learning, that 32 is associated with higher learning and also spiritual growth. All of these things are important to me personally. Fun fact, I thought that, hey, I have my MBA, I've, been promoted to whatever. And so I have the certificates, I'm a certified life and success coach. I've done the training, I've done the education, I'm learned out. Okay. And I think I did hit a point where I was like, I don't want to learn anything else. I'm tired. No more school. But to be honest, we should be forever learning something from someone to continue growing. So, for it to talk about higher learning, I think that's great, right? So, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to go to, for me, it doesn't mean you need to go to an institution, but maybe it's something that, you just want to learn more of. So, all of this I thought was beautiful and what I wanted to touch on. And I am starting to pivot a little bit. So you'll probably notice that in these upcoming episodes as we are gearing up toward these last 32 days and as we enter into 2024. So whether, you're waiting to the first of the year for New Year's resolutions, or maybe you're like me, I am like, no, we are not waiting to the first of the year. We're not waiting to the first of the month. If there's something that is important, why are we not getting after it now? and getting after it in the it's okay to what do? Crawl before we walk before we run, right? So making sure that we are setting firm foundations toward whatever that end state is, whatever that goal is, so that we're making those steps now in order to then soar, and that trajectory is, you know, to the moon, right? To the stars, all of that, so that we are getting to our goals quicker and we're not just waiting for like a magical day or time. So I thought this was beautiful because I really want to talk to those who are ready, those that are ready to really start fulfilling their own destiny, their own goals, their own dreams. All year I've been talking about this. So if you haven't listened, take a listen. The episodes are pretty short. Um, and if you have listened, go back and re-listen if you need to, because what we need to do is, yeah, who are we at our core? Especially for my busy women, my busy women. So whether you're a mom, career oriented, whatever it is that you're doing, you're busy. And I get it because I too am busy. But we have to know that, yes, we may have the title from the job, or we may have the title of mom or wife, but who are we at our core? We get so lost in the sauce of, well, I was this person, or I wanted these things, but now I have these other titles. So poo poo to those things. And now I'm just this. And I'm here to say, no, let's shake that up. Let's get back to who we are. We, as busy, courageous, innovative, amazing women that we are. And yes, I love that we are able to be so multi-talented and faceted and all of the things to help everyone else, to ensure that everyone else is thriving, right? Because we pride ourselves on that, and that's okay. Pat yourself on the back. You're doing great. I see you. I understand. I feel you. But I am saying that you, me, we are so much more than that. And we deserve it. We deserve to say, you know what? Yes, I am these things. Yes, I handle that. But I also have my own ambitions and my own dreams and my own goals. So, who are we at our core? And it starts here in our minds, right? So we'll sit up here and be like, oh, well, yeah, I do have this talent, or I have this gift, but I don't know. We start with the limiting beliefs. And it may be internally, like maybe it's self inflicted. It could be people who you think should have your back and they don't. And they're throwing stuff at you and you're just like, oh, okay. And that's feeding the doubt and feeding the negative limiting beliefs that we, already have in our minds. And we're feeding that instead of feeding the opposite, feeding the dream and feeding the goals and embracing the talents and the gifts and then growing them. Right. So when it talks about higher learning, I am taking that and saying, hey, I'm taking the gloves off. I have coaches, right? I have coaches who help me in business. I have coaches that help me with my nutrition. I have coaches I have a therapist. I'm going to consider her a coach. She helps me with my mental. I have spiritual coaches, right? I have friends that are in my corner who help me to grow all of these different areas because I don't know it all. I will never profess to know it all, but I want to get better and stronger in all of those areas. And so I personally have coaches and people who help me to reach those goals. I have those people that help me to see things differently, who say, hey, this is a blind side, or you missed this. Let me, did you think about this? And I'm here to tell you, like, I'm taking the gloves off. I know I've been kind of heeing and hawing, and I'm like, hey, do this and think about what you want, and, maybe get a coach. And now I'm saying, no, the time is now. So higher learning can come from Googling, you can try to figure it out. It can come from taking courses. It can come from, phoning a friend. I do that a lot, but it can also come from people who have been there and who know it and who can help to create those roadmaps to get you where you need to be, want to be, desire to be quicker, faster. Let's get it. All right. So no more of this, oh, well, the sun is in my eye and my kid has this and my husband doesn't believe. Great. That's fine. Those are probably facts, right? Those are facts. And I'm not taking that away from you. But I am saying, stop making the facts your reality and that you're using that as fuel to not get after what it is that you desire. Or if you don't desire it, cool. no problem. Let it go, right? Don't be like, oh, coulda, woulda, shoulda. Like, either it's time to act. And not only for yourself, right? Like, it's definitely important for you because I'm all about, like, hey, if you show up in the way that you want to show up, if you are firing on all cylinders and you're doing the things that make you not just live, not just survive, but thrive, then you're going to show up better for everybody else. But I'm also encouraging you to to get on with it because people need you. And we are in this day and time that so many people are seeking validation, and they're seeking justification, and they're seeking just like belonging and trying to figure it out, and that's fine. But you may have the very answer that they need. And you may be like your girl here, where we get so consumed with, oh my gosh, what if I fail? Or, oh my gosh, what if I succeed? How does that shift my life? What does that look like? And I am here to encourage you and to challenge you. Why not try and see? Because if it comes to you, then I believe you're going to have what you need to get through it, and you're going to get through it in a way that is going to be beautiful and uplifting, and it's going to be challenging, but it's going to be rewarding. And I am not saying this from a place of like, oh, this is what I think. No, I'm telling you what I know, because I too have been stuck for years, y'all. Like, stuck with, like, I know I have these talents and these gifts and these abilities, and then I'll be like, oh, but what if nobody wants it? Or who am I to even offer this? And I am now like, you know what? We're not going to be stuck there. That's me personally. And this is me, like, showing up and finally saying, you know what? I feel like I have kind of eased into this, and now I'm like, no, let's go. We have 32 days to get ourselves set up so that 24, we're just like rocking and rolling, and we're getting it going, and we're doing what we need to do. We're doing what we love to do. And when we're doing what we love to do, like my daddy used to say, yeah, I mean, you're going to feel tired or whatever, but you're not going to feel burnt out. You're not going to feel overwhelmed, because you're doing what you know that you were purposed to do. You're doing what you're passionate about. And it's time to do those things. And guess what? If you have babies, like, our babies are watching everything. So let's not just talk the talk. Let's start walking that talk. Okay. So, yeah, we have these 32 days. We have an opportunity to really get to who it is that we are, who it is that we want to be, right? Because, yeah, okay, Jada thought she wanted to be an attorney and do all of these different things, but my life kind of took some different turns, and that's okay. And now I'm like, no, this is what I'm passionate about, and now I'm getting after it. And it's going to be a beautiful thing when it all comes together, and I want the same for you. So we're coming together. We're in these communities, in this community where it's safe spaces to come and to share and to just encourage each other. Like I said, we're encouraging and inspiring each other so we can change what we believe in. Who are we engaging with, and how are we being innovative to get to our goals, and learning to navigate that. And then so we can gain, right? So that is what I am here for. That is what I'm going to be getting after in these next few episodes, because I am ready to set my foundation, and I need for you to join me. So, you ready? I need you to, let me know, drop me a little heart. You can comment on this, or you can reach out to me. It's time for us to get started. And I think that we've given ourselves enough time to try to think about it. And then seasons come, and we're doing things with the kids and doing things with the family. But now it's about us. All right. So I'm going to get out of here, because I promised this wasn't going to be long. And I cannot wait to hear from you. I can't wait to hear what you're going to do. And I can't wait to keep sharing the things that I'm doing, so that I can continue to inspire and motivate and encourage, which I know is part of this whole overall purpose of my life. So thank you for being here. I am ready. I'm fired up. I need you to be fired up, and I need for us to go get it, because people need us. All right, y'all. See you next week.